Sometimes even the strongest characters in For Honor have glaring weaknesses and difficult matchups. Today we're going to watch some duels from the perspective of the Conqueror, and we'll be fighting against the Highlanders. Now this is without a doubt the most difficult matchup the Conqueror has, but it does present challenges for the Highlander as well, so it's going to be interesting to see the strengths and weaknesses of both characters coming out during this. The biggest strength the Highlander has is his offensive stance. It pretty much negates all of my superior defenses. The full block stance does not work against kicks or unblockable attacks, and already we are at a humongous deficit, but catching the back dodge from the Highlander is going to net us a tiny bit of damage. This is where we see the struggles of the Conqueror, trying to chip people down little by little, and we're catching him off guard, spooking him with that forward dash, using the full block stance to negate the Celtic Curse mix-up, getting caught by the caber toss, put on the floor. The heavy attack not going to be enough to finish us, but an offensive stance light attack is going to do the job. Those things are 400 milliseconds. They can come from any direction, very difficult to defend against. Now that round could have gone either way, but I think it was made very clear that the Highlander has the more versatile kit, and it's because of that offensive stance and that defensive stance. The seamless transition is very intimidating to deal with. The kick coming out early with the guaranteed heavy attack follow-up. He's using those taunts to try and spook us a little bit, but we're not having any of that, going straight for the guard break. You cannot counter guard break while in offensive stance. And we've built up a small health lead. If we exercise a bit of patience, we can keep it. We went into the full block stance again, negating the mix-up potential of the Celtic Curse. The only thing that could really happen is he could fast flow into the offensive stance, go for a kick, maybe catch us off guard. There's a lot of ways to play with it, but in the end, it is not going to matter. If we don't exercise a little bit more patience, we're going to get destroyed 3 rounds in a row. Right there, we were going for a shield bash, the Highlander throwing out an unblockable at the same time, and that thing chopped right through us, split us in half like a piece of toilet paper. Doesn't feel good. Now, I know what you're thinking. Rob, you're such a bad Conqueror player. You should just quit the game. Look, I understand I'm not good at Conqueror. I was there when I was getting my ass kicked, but I did just dodge the kick and counter with a shield bash for a light attack confirmed. So, I'm making a little bit of progress, but it might be too little too late. Anytime we get a punish on the Highlander, he's taking somewhere between 15 and 30 damage. If the Highlander gets a punish on us, if we make any mistakes, we're taking potentially 40 damage or more. Dodging another kick there, that's very good for us. We do not need to get hit by anything. Going for the shield bash, Highlander going to back out of the way, follow up with a kick. The light attacks coming out from offensive stance, they're going to be too fast for us to react to, and we're going to get defeated. Overall, we did lose 0-3. We didn't get anything on the scoreboard, but we had some good moments and bad moments in there. Using the full block stance to negate the Celtic Curse, that was a nice thing for us, but our biggest mistake may have been being too aggressive and too predictable with those shield bashes. Hopefully we learned a little something from that, because we're going up against another Highlander. So with all of the knowledge that we've accrued from fighting that last guy and many duels in between, let's see if we do a little bit better. We have made a wardrobe change, and I always feel like a fresh t-shirt can do wonders for your confidence. But of course, confidence alone is not going to win you a fight. The Highlander going straight into the offensive stance because he knows that is where he's going to excel during this fight. We caught him with a guard break, knocked him out of it right away. Celtic Curse gonna come out, followed by a kick. We're taking a lot of punishment, dodging the second kick, landing a guard break as the Highlander tries to dodge away. We've got him in the danger zone. One more hit is gonna do him in. Going for that shield bash, getting very impatient here. We just want to finish it off, charging up that heavy, maybe gonna get him spooked, throwing it out. He throws out a heavy attack at the same time. R is gonna connect first for the win. So really, I'm going to boil that down to luck. The charged heavy attack for the Conqueror is a very difficult thing to hit. It's predictable, it's slow, easy to parry. There's just really, it's not that great. But we landed it, moving into round number 2. Let's see if we get lucky again, or if the Highlander pulls some luck of the Scotsman out of his kilt. Swinging wildly to start things off, we're going to step to the side and retaliate. The superior block property going to even up the health bars just a little tiny bit. Swinging for the fences here, the variable timing between the light and heavy attacks going to catch the Highlander off guard, putting him in his last segment of health. This is a make or break moment. The Highlander feinting the kick into the caber toss, throwing us to the ground, following up with the heavy attack. We are both in the last segments of health, but I will say The Highlander is in a much better position than I am. It will take 2 shield bashes and light attack follow-ups to kill him. We threw out an unblockable charged heavy from halfway across the damn universe. There was no way in hell that thing was going to connect. The Highlander capitalizing on the whiffed attack with an unblockable of his own, showing us how it's done. But, you know, that was a rough way to close out the round, but the scores are even. It is 1-1. We could very well make a comeback here. We could win the next 2 rounds, or we could lose. The only way to know is to watch to the end. Or you could fast forward, that's up to you, but that would ruin the surprise, wouldn't it? Anyway, let's get into the round. Highlander, of course, going to offensive stance right away, throwing out the heavy attack. It's going to get parried, feinting with the shield uppercut, landing a light attack. Tried to follow up with the second one. It got blocked. Now, the shield uppercut is a weird one because it's a very slow, soft feint, and a lot of times I get hit straight out of it, so I need to continue playing with it more and seeing the true potential of this ability because I don't feel like I've mastered it yet, but it does seem to have some uses against the slower characters like Highlander. Now, we overcommitted there on a guard break. We dashed forward trying to spook the Highlander, but this guy has nerves of steel. He's not falling for that mix-up at all, really. So we've got to be very careful about continuing through with combos without watching and paying attention to the reaction that our opponent is making. And we had him on the ropes there in his last segment of health, but you cannot kill through chip damage. Back dodging away from the Celtic Curse is a mistake. Our guard not going to recover in time. We did not block the attack and got executed. It's a tough matchup, man. The only thing that's really working for us right now is the shield uppercut, but even that is a risky maneuver. We saw the Highlander throwing out a superior block trying to defend against the heavy attack that we were throwing. If he was a warden, that attack would have been 100 milliseconds faster and he would have chopped us up. So moving into round number 4, the Highlander does have match point, so we've got to put our best foot forward lest we want to be defeated. The Highlander going into offensive stance to start the round, of course. I'm keeping my distance, trying to find the perfect opportunity to strike. The Highlander dodging my attacks, waiting for an opportunity to kick. He got spooked a little bit by the forward dash, expecting a shield bash. He got caught with a guard break instead. The heavy attack gonna come out. We parried it, followed up with a light and a shield bash mix-up that is going to get easily back dodged away from. Getting caught with the caber toss. Both of us are out of stamina, but mine is going to regenerate first because the Highlander keeps throwing out guard breaks. This is our opportunity to apply a lot of pressure here. Not going to get spooked by the forward dash. Getting caught by the shield uppercut. That is his kryptonite. We need to keep manipulating that as much as humanly possible. Again, this guy has nerves of steel, and maybe he's got something else made of steel as well. It could be his thighs. He's going to kick us. Follow up with the heavy attack. Chop our damn head off and walk away with the victory. So damn, we lost twice in a row to the same class. We did show a slightly better game in the second match, but overall the Highlanders a very tough matchup for the Conqueror. They do have some advantages. If the Highlanders does not get into offensive stance very cleanly, we can guard break them out of it. But if they get into that offensive stance, it negates a lot of the defensive tools that make the Conqueror so powerful. With all of that said, I hope you enjoyed watching me get my ass kicked. It is time to end the video by saying the name of the game is For Honor. The name of the channel is iBluairJgR. If you enjoyed this video, of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know how you feel about going into bad matchups, whether it's in For Honor or any other video game. Does it make you want to try harder, or do you just want to roll over and die? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.